Can I just go back to the time when you were going into the conservatory? What was your ambition when you started there?
Well, when I entered the conservatory studies, I was playing bass for 1.5 years, so I was not that good in the instrument, and so I really felt that I had to learn a lot. I started playing violin at the age of 5, and I've been active in playing violin until my 13th or 14th year. So then I switched to bass guitar, and it felt that I really had to learn a lot. So I started studying jazz after this classical period.
But was the bass, was it more because it fitted more the music you liked back then?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think around that age you start to listen to all kinds of music, but I was really focused on metal and rock, and which was a big influence for me already.
So that was the thought when you went into the conservatory. What happened, would you say, as a musician and taste-wise, what changed during that period for you?
Well, of course, you focus on a very different way on music. When you're active in a band, that's changing a lot, of course. Also as a bass player, so it's not only focusing on your instrument, but also people who you're working with, and that was quite interesting.
Okay, because your teachers, did they push you in a certain direction, or you were mostly into metal when you were on the conservatory, or not that much?
When I started to study at the conservatory, I was already active in metal bands, and it was not a problem. But I had a teacher who was playing jazz bass, and that was interesting. But finally, active in Pestilence, it was kind of hard to combine it with my studies, and in the end, I didn't finish my conservatory. So I have been studying there for 4 or 5 years.
Okay. Because when you were asked to play in Pestilence, why did they ask you? Why did they ask you? Was it because of your broader maybe spectrum as a musician? Was that the direction they wanted to go, and therefore asked you in that period?
I think Pestilence already decided before I joined that they wanted to do a different direction with the 4th album. They were really into fusion and jazz, and I think that was the perfect fit that time. So I left the conservatory, and I think that was the good match, the perfect match, and a very interesting cooperation.
Because what specific did they say to you? You can basically bring everything you learned over the years before that into the band, or was there certain restrictions that you had to keep in mind?
No, there were not. No, really, there was not really restrictions, but it was more like they gave me a lot of freedom to arrange my own bass lines on spheres. So we have been working on the material in rehearsing rooms. And step by step, I wrote my own arrangements and put it on the record.
Okay, and maybe just to go back, were you also with your teacher on the conservatory who was into jazz more or less, did you open maybe also his eyes in a way to metal?
I don't know. I must say that conservatory is a study which is really focused on jazz, especially with bass guitar. It's more jazz focused, perhaps during the last years more focused on pop music, but at that time more jazz music, which is good, which is a good base to understand that music and the theory behind it. But my interest was really also in metal and rock. No, I'm not sure if I opened their eyes.